So I believe the Bible, I'm a Bible guy. But I understand in this room that there's some people that are on the journey that you're like, I'm not a Bible guy yet. I'm loving Jesus and I love the community, so what? Well, I would then try to appeal maybe beyond just the biblical narrative of truth and try to appeal to just truth. That like, do you believe in eternity? Because I think there's good proof to believe in eternity, even without Revelation 21, 22, and even without the story of Jesus. I just wrote a few of them down. I just want you to jot some of this stuff down, because maybe you're on the journey today, and I just want to encourage you. I think one reason why we can believe in eternity is because, well, matter cannot be destroyed. That's kind of fascinating to me. That matter and energy, which makes up any kind of physical thing, that it cannot be destroyed is what science now tells us. Instead, it just changes its atomic structure. So when Jesus says, if you believe in me, you shall not die, I don't just have to have faith for that. I can look to science and recognize as they put my body into the earth, the matter of who I am continues to live. Where does it go? What is that? I think it's a proof of eternity. I think that you're hardwired for eternity. You can go to almost any people group on the earth. People that don't believe in the Bible, people that don't even necessarily believe in God, yet so many people groups believe in an afterlife. They got different language for it, they got different frameworks for it. Why is that? I believe it's because we are hardwired with eternity. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 says it this way: He has put eternity in their hearts. That when God formed you and made you, He put eternity inside of you. That's why sometimes, every once in a while, you can look around and you can kind of get above the smog of the brokenness of humanity and say, something's not right here. I was created for more, and it's not necessarily more like a bigger job or a bigger house. It's like there's something deeper here. There's something significant here. That's why when people die, what do they go looking for? They go looking for hope. How many have come to me that never gave their life to Jesus, that never lived a life obedient to Jesus, but when they have a loved one die, who do they go call? A pastor. What can you tell me about what is to come? What can you tell me about my loved one? Where are they? What's going on? I got these questions. It's because you're hardwired for eternity. But what about just the very word agape? Agape is the Greek word for love. I think love, in fact, it's taught about in philosophy, is one of the great philosophical arguments for eternity. Like, honestly, like doesn't make any sense. There is no social utility or Darwinian explanation or evolutionary idea. Like, how is it that someone could die in the past and now they're dead, but I still love them in the present? If you study evolution or if you study survival of the fittest, that has no benefit to you. If they're dead, they're dead. But you've lost someone before and you don't say, I loved them, you say, I love them. My grandfather, he passed away, he was my hero. When I talk about him, I don't say, I loved my grandfather, I say, I love Papa. Why, how does it? See, love is immortal. This lines up with Song of Solomon when he writes, many waters cannot quench love, rivers cannot wash it away. We can't explain love. We can't articulate love. I don't know why I carry them with me. What does that have to do with survival of the fittest? That makes me weak. That makes me sorrowful. That makes me grieve. But it's a trace of an eternal God at work in our lives. I wrote this last one down. I think this is a fun one. I just believe it. I believe it. Maybe eschatology is not the good on-ramp for you today. But maybe this week alone, as you start thinking about your daily life and how you are living, and you hear this theme as a church for the sake of eternity, how come these guys are so serious and how come they're so radical? Bro, chill out, we're in Miami. Relax, man, everything's going good. Why are you pushing so hard? Why are you pressing? Maybe my explanation doesn't suffice for you, but maybe just this thought is, maybe it's because we are a bandwagon humanity. This to me is a great proof of eternity and an afterlife. Bandwagon humanity, what is it? It's that every human being on the earth wants to be associated with winners and not losers. You do, like, just We're hardwired that way. Like, I want to associate with winners, not losers. Like, what's the most sold baseball hat of all time? New York Yankees. Why? Because the New York Yankees win. And people want to wear a winning team. You ever notice that like when your team wins, you say, we won. But when your team loses, you say, they lost. Because you don't want to associate with the failure. You don't name drop the losers you know, you name drop the winners you know. I was with so-and-so yesterday. Because you want to be associated with winners. You want to get on the bandwagon. And this shouldn't surprise us, and this isn't something bad, but rather we have to know who the ultimate winner is. See, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 says that death has been swallowed up in victory. And the truth is in every heart and every person all over the world, they don't even know, but they are craving for the ultimate winner. His name is God. His name is Jesus Christ. He conquered death, hell, and the grave. And I don't know what it is, but I think I'm supposed to be associated with that. I'm supposed to be associated with that. The Greek word for victory is the word Nike. And you ought to know that on every soul of every person, stitched on their soul is that swoosh that is saying you were born to be victorious. But you've got to realize you can't find victory in your own strength. There is only one. His name is Jesus Christ, and he is the one who paid the price and redeemed us. He redeemed us.